Step into my circle with the opposite of Urkel. When I pull up flying purple, people eaters couldn't bite me. I seal the fate of Herschel, and I just leave them on the limb and hand them my business. These rappers are walking that I already killed them. Skin blanco, lyrical weapon kicking like a Bronco. Head honcho, spherical presence came from the...
Hey everybody, my name is Alex.
And I'm Frankie.
And together we are FnA VanLife. Oh, we're saying it in unison now.
That's pretty good, huh?
We've been living in our 2003 Dodge Sprinter for about a year now, so we wanted to give you an updated van tour because we've made a lot of renovations.
During this year of travel, we've done so many different things.
We have winter, we have summer, we have desert, we have rainforest, we've got everything. We snowboard, we mountain bike, all the fun stuff.
So make sure you check out more of our videos to get a real feel of what it's like to live van life in all conditions.
And be sure to subscribe before we get into the tour.
We've made a lot of improvements to our van, so we're really happy and excited to show you guys it.
Yes, and hopefully save you from making some of the mistakes that we made, because we watched so many van tours and we were like, oh, that's a great idea, that's a great idea. And then we did them and we were like,
bad idea.
A lot of people do their van tour when they've just built it and have just moved in. They haven't lived in it. They don't know what it's like when things break, when things move around. So now that we literally almost fell off a cliff yesterday.
Literally.
We know what's gonna stay in place and what's not, and what's worth it and what's not. So let's get into this tour.
Let's do it.
Starting with the outside.
Spherical presence came from the grotto. A dead rapper wrapped his body in a poncho with crackers, melon with a combo like pronto. Sayonara, kamikaze rocking body armor when I change lanes. Hard enough to body box a bull and shake his mainframe. He got shook and disappeared.
Here we have this beautiful artwork on the van, and Joe and Anthony did it. They did an excellent job, as you guys can see. This is all hand painted with Rust-Oleum. We couldn't be more thankful for the work that they've done.
People are always really worried about being stealth when you're living in a van, and obviously with a great big mural like this, we are not stealth at all. But we've never had any troubles with it. Obviously we have the solar panels, we have the fans. You can tell that we're living in here no matter what. So what's a giant piece of artwork? It's really just a conversation starter, and we absolutely love it.
For 8 days, I sacrificed some great relationships due to a passion I was chasing quick. But when you've got everything to lose and nothing to gain, unless you make it big, well, old friends can stay at home and watch me like they're and paint the babies.
In the back, we have our bike rack. We originally designed our van to fit the bikes inside, and they still do, but when they were inside and the front tire was off, we never really used them. So when the summer came, we got this bike rack and put the bikes on it.
And do we use them more now?
Kinda.
I think we might be getting rid of the bike soon. So they're up for sale if you guys want them. What's great about this bike rack is that we have access to our bike all the time. We could just walk around out of the truck and take the bike right off the rack and we're ready to go. The problem about it is that you have to unlock it and lower it down just to get into the trunk of the car. And to be honest with you guys, we use that storage trunk more than we use the bikes.
We've also forgotten many times to put the bikes back up, and we just drive away with them dragging on the floor, which you've seen in our vlogs many times.
But there's no other option, don't you understand? It's get it, you're redeeming. I ain't finished till I'm making a record, like so pushing the limits, so don't get definitive. Spend every minute to play a position and hand out my business so I can be living and killing whenever I'm handed the limit. I gotta continue to grind on my own. It's making me live it, defending my concept for winning, but let me get alone.
This is our little plant collection. They usually live up on the wall. Right now they're soaking up some sunshine. Want to see where they live? Let's go.
I don't even know how to get it to go. I'm trying to find a predicament leading me in my career to a throne. I try to be patient, but I'm a patient of a civil doctrine that says when you're offered something, take it, so screw it, I'm on my own. I want to tell the world, don't stress it, your life is a blessing.
All the plants live up here in these little baskets that are drilled to the wall. We've been down some very gnarly roads, and these guys have been absolutely fine. I think you just have to be sure to choose plants that are low maintenance and not fussy. We have our macrame in the corner. I did that because the wall that we built here, which is for some storage in the front that we'll show you in a little bit, the curtains can't go all the way across. And we didn't build the wood to go all the way up. So I just made this beautiful macrame to kind of cover that little ugly spot that I didn't like. In the front cab area, obviously we have this awesome storage space that Frankie built. It was one of the hardest things to put in here, but now it is very strong and holds so much stuff. Obviously yoga mats, foam rollers, all of our big bulky sweaters, some summer clothes, and then we stash all of our insulated window covers up here when we're not using them. When you're trying to keep your space the right temperature, having these really heavy blackout curtains is also super handy.
And as you guys can see, no light gets through these at all, which is huge for protecting against cold and heat.
Yeah, so they actually really block the cold and heat from getting in here. So after sleeping, when you come out here, it's like a completely different temperature in the front than it is in the back. Also in the front area down here, we absolutely don't need it today, but we did use it this morning, is our diesel heater. The curtain we cut out and sewed magnets into. The diesel heater is tapped directly into our tank for our vehicle, so we don't ever have to worry about adding more fuel, which is great. The only thing that I will suggest is that when you're wiring it, make sure that that plastic tube isn't going to go over anything that's going to get hot, and if it does, you cover it, because we just melted ours recently and it was a big old mess.
And no matter how rich you get, well, here's a lesson. Not a penny that you made is gonna go with you to heaven. Sometimes I thank God I even have a gift at all. But what's a gift if I forget to even give it all? So before I die, just look inside this crystal ball and say I'll be remembered for the truth I speak.
We have this beautiful bench seat that we get to lounge on. It's really super comfortable, and one of the big things that we made a change of is we put in the swivel table here. And so now we could sit down and actually work at the table. We could sit down and eat dinner together. And a new improvement as well, this countertop here used to come all the way out, all the way into the middle of the door here. So we actually cut it out and we made it to where we could sit down as well. So now we could sit across from each other and actually enjoy dinner together, which is a game changer. Now we could sit 3 people here easily and have games, play games. We're gonna make a new upgrade, and that's gonna be a swivel seat soon, and then we could sit 4 here and we could play some poker together. Coming back to the bench seat, it's super important to make this a multi-purpose area. So not only is it a beautiful bench seat, it also pulls it out and becomes a bed, as well as underneath this area here is our toilet and our urine diverter. This area here we have a shower, a pull-out shower drawer.
And it's designed to slide. So this is actually a laundry sink that's plumbed right out to the earth. We use biodegradable soaps. We hardly ever shower in here, to be honest, but since COVID, it's been so handy to have another way to shower. If you want to see how this all gets set up and gets used, check out our shower video, because we explain the whole thing, how to put it together, and how awesome it is. Recently, we added these latches just so that the drawer wouldn't slide out when we were driving.
And then on this far end here, we have storage space, which we use for shoes.
We have a lot of shoes.
Too many shoes.
Too many shoes, but I need them all.
We also made an improvement by putting in this beautiful mirror. We actually found this at a secondhand store, and we just simply sanded the edges of this mirror here and then burnt it to match everything else. The point of the mirror is so Alex can do her makeup and stuff. It also makes it like a faux window, so it gives you like this more open space feeling. Normally when you have just a white wall there, it makes you feel enclosed, so we threw this mirror up to really open up the space a lot.
Get involved.
Getting back into the kitchen area, which is where I love to hang out, we have our 2 upper cabinets. They are on gas struts, so they stay up tall, and then when you close them, they are on super strong latches and magnets so that they don't pop up when you're driving. So we've got 2 of these cupboards. Inside of the cupboards, one of my favorite additions is all of the baskets. So this is full of stuff. I've got rice cakes. This one's got little storage baggies. These are really great for the fridge that we'll show you. Extra spices, whatever you might have. But rather than having them all loose up there, they're in this beautiful basket. So God forbid these do fly open or you forget to close them all the way. When you're driving, stuff will still stay in its place. All of these random bulk goods all live inside of this basket. And then tuck away nicely. Oops, my nuts were hanging out.
Yeah, put your nuts away.
Perfect. The great thing about buying in bulk is that then we have these glass jars up here. These have literally never fallen down a single time. They are so handy. I literally just hold the top, screw off, and then I use as much as I need for whatever recipe that I'm making. And then I have the extras up away in the cabinet hidden or down below hidden so that I don't have to go digging and find the bag and dump it out. Plus, they're pretty cute. Newer addition that wasn't in our last van tour was these spice jars. So this is just the same thing in a minier version. You just pull off the spices and then you can pinch and use easily. Super cute, really functional, and then keeps everything handy so that when you're cooking, everything is exactly where you need it. Now we have our faucet. This isn't anything fancy. I know a lot of people have freaking spray hoses. It's awesome. But this guy is really good. He's got hot and cold water. This is just regular hose water that we fill in the back. And then this one goes through a 4-stage filter. So this is our drinking water.
I'm breaking my habits, my passion, imagine dragons, imagining her radioactive, my patterns of spitting is ridiculous. You think I'm playing mad and how I touch down in the city like what happened, where's Roger the Rabbit, probably just hopping around the city with rappers looking for carrots and cabbage or whatever they...
We have a SureFlow pump in the back that pumps all of our water from our 36-gallon tank up to the front. Back here, stuff in here never moves. I don't know why. When you're driving, that thing never goes anywhere. Literally, we almost fell off a cliff last night, and he stayed right there. The last thing for our upper kitchen area would be this fruit basket. We originally started with a fruit hammock. It was so stupid. It literally just smashed against the wall whenever you drove. So now we have this nice hard basket. It's not going anywhere. You can fill it up with stuff. We need to go grocery shopping, so it's a little bit empty right now. But it's so handy to have a place to store stuff that's not going in the fridge.
So when you pop open this drawer here, we have a few things. We have our trash can. It is not the cleanest thing in the world, but it's for trash. This is a UV filtration system. We have our plumbing, which has a trap on it, which our gray water goes directly back to our gray tank in the back, which is a 22-gallon gray tank. We have our rice cooker, pots and pans, proteins, all the things that you need. We have a fire extinguisher as well. Everything in here is on magnets. These are like 10-pound magnets. We bought them off of Amazon and they've worked absolutely great so far.
My favorite thing is this handy dandy toilet paper holder. Yeah. You snap it on and snap it off. It's just on a bungee cord because the toilet is right here. We also have this collapsible dish rack. It's really handy. I just wish it was half the size.
Then in this cabinet we have our cooktop, which is a 1-burner, which we just upgraded. We used to have a 2-burner, but what we realized is that we only use one of the burners constantly. We decided we were going to downgrade to a 1-burner to save space and storage, which has helped out tremendously. We have a cutting board in here, as well as a propane tank, and then back here we also have Tupperware. Down on the bottom here we have a bunch of storage for, you know, like Q-tips and things like that. All first aid stuff as well. We have our dog food, chips, miscellaneous things. All our dry food storage also goes down here. This right here is an electric kettle, and we are able to make 2 cups of tea every single morning with them, and it doesn't draw too much power. It beats pulling out that stove and putting on the propane and then heating up the water with the, it's just a lot more work that way. We have enough solar on our roof to take care of all this, so that's what we use now, and it's been a great addition to the family. Up top here is a drawer with all of our utensils and all your cooking supplies and things that you'll need for that type of area, forks, spoons, things like that. We don't have to get into it.
So much stuff.
Bringing baggage of Gladys nights, and I've been looking hungry these days. Of money to slaves, hope a slave to the money. You got it back with these days. I could probably hop on the track and overshadow these lames. And if I ever need a theme song to show that I should belong, but I guess I started from the bottom, so it'd have to be.
So we threw these hooks on here so we could put our laptops and everything in our bags. It just makes easy storage, and we could just pop it off and take it with us when we're going to, say, a coffee shop or something like that. Or even if we're visiting some friends, we could just bring in our stuff very, very easily, and it gets it off the floor, which just makes it to where we aren't going to stub our toes on anything or anything like that. Down here next to me, this is our on-off switch for our pump. This is a nice little storage nook. This has all our underwear, socks, gives us a lot more space of storage, and any little piece of storage that you can make in here, make it. We have a space about this wide over here, and I built a storage nook for laundry, so we could drop our laundry down there and get it off the floor as well. And then recently we upgraded to Grape Solar, so we put in a new MPPT controller, and right now it is kicking ass. It's at 14.4 volts, we're fully charging, and we should have a full battery bank in no time.
But I don't need a cosign. Trigger super easy. I just made myself a CD. Just be me. Then hand it to some friends who believe me. They listening on repeat. They tell a friend to tell a friend who needs me. Then tell a friend to showed up here to meet me.
We have a full dimming system, so we could dim the lights all the way down, as you could see, and then we could bring them all the way back up. So you could set them wherever you would like throughout your day, and that way you don't feel like you're being blinded by your lights all the time.
Next to our bed, we also have this bedside table. Just became kind of a junk catch-all, so I wouldn't super recommend it, but it is really handy. It's got our kind of batteries for all of our electrical stuff. We've got some CBD rub for our back and achy muscles. Usually our phones sleep here, like random stuff. It just kind of piles up, but it is a nice place to have. And because it's recessed about 2 inches, nothing ever falls out of here. So you could literally put, you know, an expensive camera or whatever you want right here, drive any road, and it's not going anywhere, which is handy.
Like Alex said, we almost fell off a cliff yesterday and the camera stayed right in that nook.
Let's go down. Alright, in here we have our hanging storage. This, I added some hooks to the door to be able to hang my jewelry. And the inside, it used to just be a bar straight across that had hangers on it. That was completely useless. You could not fit hardly any clothes in there. They were all jammed against each other and just getting wrinkled. So instead, we installed 5 double hooks the whole way around, and off of each of those I've got like slinky tops hanging, I've got bras, I've got all of Frank's button-up shirts. Very handy, because then they're actually hanging. I mean, they do get like a little bit wrinkled. I fold them in an interesting way. They stay way less wrinkled than if we just shoved them into here before, or if we had them all folded up. I love doing stuff like this, just repurposing an old box and turning it into our big fuzzy sock storage. So this conveniently fits right in the front here, and then all of our big fuzzy socks have a place to live, because it gets cold in the winter, especially the floors. Get an area rug for the winter. This next storage area doubles as a standing desk, so you can stand up here, have your laptop and work. Really, really nice. I also use it as a makeup station. So all my makeup and toiletries are on the first row here. I'll just bring my makeup up, and then I have this fancy mirror right here to do all I need to do to get ready in the morning. Then down below we have all of our clothing. So everything is in bins, and then all the clothes are folded nicely. Behind each of the bins, because you'll see they're a bit shorter, we have second smaller bins that have more stuff. So this is our game bin. We have Uno, we have puzzles, we have checkers, fear pong, stuff like that. So that can all just get shoved right to the back, and then the stuff that we access every day is in the front. Up top over here, we have our 3 hooks. These are so handy for all the random things, especially in the winter, because we can put like our wet snow pants and cold snow jackets right above the diesel heater, which is behind this seat. And they'll dry up really fast, and they'll get nice and toasty warm.
Another way that we use this is Paco's leash. We leave up there, and then we hook him to this, and then he could go directly outside, and we don't have to keep an eye on him. So this bench seat in the front here is multi-purpose. Not only is it a bench seat, but also it's our fridge. As you can see, we have all of our stickers that all you guys sent to us, which we absolutely love. Thank you so much. We have all of our food in here. It's mostly fruits and vegetables, because that's what we keep. We don't really put much meat in here, because you could have the days where your fridge goes out on you and you don't want any bad meat. This bench seat also pops up and comes out, so we can take this piece off and actually access the refrigerator from the top as well. This right here is a lagoon mount. This is a game changer. it is able to swivel all around 360 degrees as long as there's nothing in the way. All around, all different angles, so we could use it everywhere. So Alex and I also installed this bug screen. Alex sewed it and made it exact fit to this area. This bug screen's amazing because it opens right up. This right here is definitely something that I recommend everybody to have in their van. It is super handy, and you want to keep as many bugs out as you can, especially the fact that you're living outdoors mostly. We installed 2 max air fans. The reason why we did that is because we do not have any windows that we could open in this back area. We only have the front ones. So we had to put in 2 fans so we could get a cross flow. And right now we need it, but we're not using it because we're talking to you guys. This one gets pulling super strong as an exhaust, and then all you have to do is open up the back fan and you'll feel that breeze coming right through, or you could turn them both on and get it flowing real strong. It's already feeling better in here.
Yeah, it is.
And we don't even have that one back there open.
All right, guys, it's time to get into bed. It's just as simple as that. We are so cozy in here. This is a full-size mattress. We did have to cut a little bit off of the edge, so Frankie and I kind of sleep on a bit of a diagonal to make it work perfectly. But we are so comfy in here. I'm ready to take a nap, just crawling up in here for like 1 minute. And then we recently added this area. So this is just a little storage nook. We've got our Kleenexes, some books, some journals, writing materials, things like that. Our sleep masks, which come in so handy. We built it so that it could be like our little entertainment station. So we have this pop socket holder for our cell phones.
Yeah, that's user friendly, I think.
On my side of the upper cab, really this is just like a little storage area for random papers and things. I've always got a pair of sunglasses. We have a little rock collection. In the side I've got some maps, my window cover, which is so handy. Oh, this has saved me a million times. So good. I've got my Don't Stinks air freshener, which I love. We've always got our masks handy, ready to go to get into the store. And, ooh, Frankie recently built this kind of nook down here, which I really love. So now we have a space for our paper maps and the rest of those window covers and some gloves. Random things that just was kind of making the space messy. Oh, and we've always got our stickers handy.
All right, so on my side, we have this wall here, so we utilize the wall and we put up this little catch-all, I guess you could say. It's where we hang all of our miscellaneous sweaters. My side drawer over here, I have a bunch of tools. And then obviously you have to have your hand sanitizer. I mean, I wasn't really dirty, but I just dripped it everywhere. Also, down below here in this area, we have our chairs that we pull out and we throw outside so we could sit down and chill out and relax. We have a bunch more things like a battery charger. So if we ever need to jump our front battery, we have this guy here. So that way we have a bunch of storage up here behind the front seat, and nothing seems to go anywhere anymore. We finally figured out how to Tetris it in there. Oh, and if you guys are wondering where Paco was, he's with Uncle Kevin right now.
Yeah, it's too bad. Paco missed the whole tour.
Yeah.
So the other big change since we moved into the van is that we got a puppy,
yeah.
But he's hanging out with his buddy instead of with us right now because we're working and they're having fun.
He's missed Uncle Kevin so much that he just straight up neglected us and stayed over there.
Yeah, he was like,
turned on the
"Bye."
van and drove away, and he didn't even blink an eye. Yeah.
Well, Kevin's got snacks.
Yeah, right. That's true. I think he was eating like part of his tuna fish sandwich. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's it for the tour. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope that you have gained some knowledge from this tour to help you build out something.
If you liked it, if you want to see more of our content, be sure to subscribe. We have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Oh, and we go live a couple times a week too.
Oh yeah, we are busy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.